Welcome to Game News for July 18, 2014. We're dropping the bombs of information down the warp pipes of inquiry, so grab some fire flowers and don't abuse the magic mushroom usage. Let's pull up some of the latest turnips from the gaming world. We're your hosts. I'm Chris. This is Mike.
Hello.
And this is Grover.
Dude!
The big news, without a doubt, is the gigantic layoffs at Microsoft. Some 18,000 employees worldwide will be let go in this monstrous reorganization of the media giant who's been in some financial trouble lately on multiple fronts. The largest hit of this downsizing comes to Nokia, who they just bought late last year. Among the transitions is Nokia phones will no longer be supporting Android, which kind of makes sense, and will now be a part of the Lumia series and use Windows Phone OS instead. Naturally, of course. But gaming will also be hit by the layoffs as Xbox Entertainment Studios will be completely shut down. The team that is to create and manage original content for Xbox Media that included the recent Atari ET excavation and was intended to bring forth the live-action Halo features. This does not mean that the end of Xbox Entertainment offerings, as even the Halo projects will not be affected in any way, and certainly no impact on the actual games divisions at all. But it does go to prove that Microsoft is letting go more and more of its infatuation with TV and back on the video games itself. About time.
I feel sorry for the people that are losing their jobs, but at the same
Xbox
time,
One does not do water cooler upgrades.
It's nice to see Microsoft actually refocusing themselves.
Definitely.
False
And
advertising.
speaking of which,
After receiving more than $500,000 in Kickstarter funding last year, which was more than double its goal, YouTube gaming channel Yogventures developer Wintercool Games announced this week that their widely publicized Yogventures game is being cancelled. They say the reason for the failure is the lack of funds and experience for a game that was way over their heads, being a giant sandbox crafting and building game in the spirit of Minecraft. They're still trying to make things right by making sure all its backers get the promised physical rewards while finding alternatives for the digital rewards promised and handing all code and assets from the failed game over to Nerd Kingdom's upcoming Tug game, which is quite similar to the type of game Yogventures was aiming for. This has still upset many backers, of course, and still others calling for reform to the Kickstarter format because of how many successfully funded projects seem to shrivel up after getting their money.
In your face, Notch! In your face!
I could just see Notch jumping into a swimming pool of money saying, "Don't give a shit." Ken Moss, who spent 20 years at Microsoft, where he led the teams that were the precursors to being in the recently worked at key position with eBay, is now EA's new Chief Technology Officer. But the biggest news from EA is that after 10 years of being one of the most successful games in history, they are discontinuing support for Sims 2.
what? Well, yeah.
They still were supporting it? Okay. As a special bonus for those who own the game as a digital version, they will be able to upgrade to the Ultimate Collection absolutely free. It includes classic Sims 2 with every expansion pack they've ever released for it. Oh my god!
You have to already own it on Origin, I think, but...
Oh, son of a bitch!
David Goldfarb at Overkill Software, which is the studio famous for Payday 2, is leaving the team to work on smaller games. He says he was quite happy that Payday 2 wasn't a AAA title that had AAA sales, but he doesn't want to work on AAA games at all and will be heading off to work on an indie-sized RPG title with a brand new unnamed studio instead.
Star Citizen's crowdfunding continues to pour in, now at over $48 million. Project head and creator of the Wing Commander series, Chris Roberts, has promised that the funding hits his $50 million. They will hire linguists to help them create alien language for the three main alien races in the game to make the languages as detailed and realistic as Star Trek's Klingons and Avatar's Na'vis. I don't know what to say. You've been crowdfunding this for almost 2 years now. Just get the game released already. If we keep crowdfunding it, about 100 years from now, they're going to have $1 billion, no game.
We'll be the next Duke Nukem Forever. And with Evo Pass, there's been a lot of character reveals for all sorts of fighting games recently. Skullgirls Encore will be a complete version of the game with all the DLC and Indiegogo backed content, and will come to PS4 and Vita later this year. Japanese 2D fighter Under Night in Birth will be coming to North America's PS3s in the next year, with the EXE late version, with 2 new characters not found in the original. And of course, the recent announcement of Tekken 7 that will run on the Unreal 4 engine that might just make it the most gorgeous fighting game of all time. Senkesuke will be coming to Guilty Gear Xrd, first revealed as a playable character in the action strategy Guilty Gear 2. Killer Instinct 2's Maya will be the next new character released for Killer Instinct Reboot once TJ Combo is completed. Raiden made his official appearance to Mortal Kombat X. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax gets a new DLC character in the form of Maria from Persona 4 Golden, while Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Arcade version adds the return of Lamba 11, as well as a new healer mage called Celica. And of course, we can't forget Smash Brothers, where Nintendo went Fire Emblem crazy with Lucina and both male and female versions of Fire Emblem Awakening's protagonist Robin, plus the return of Captain Falcon. Everyone now. lot of stuff, and that was game news, such as it was for July 18th, 2014. We'll hear even more about other games in the next week's Comic-Con, so we'll keep you updated as best as we can, because it's the weekend thing, and we do these on a Friday, so most of the stuff is going to be after that. So until next time, dudes.
Till next time.
See you next time.